I used to run 5 miles every morning, rain or shine, tired or not. For 8 years, I was out there at 5 a.m. pounding the pavement, believing I was doing everything right. Then I hit menopause, and all that running, all that sweat, all that dedication. It started working against me. I didn't understand it at first. I was doing more cardio than ever, longer runs, extra spin classes, more time on the elliptical, and I was getting softer, weaker, more exhausted, and somehow gaining weight. I thought I was losing my mind. How could more exercise equal more weight gain? My husband tried to be supportive. Maybe try running longer, he suggested. So I did, and it got worse. What nobody tells us is that excessive cardio during menopause can actually trigger cortisol spikes. And cortisol, it's basically a signal to your body to store belly fat and break down muscle. I was running myself into the ground, literally, thinking I was being healthy, when actually I was telling my body to hold on to every ounce of fat it could. The fitness advice we grew up with was designed for younger hormones, for bodies that recovered differently, for metabolisms that weren't dealing with the triple whammy of menopause. When I finally learned what type of movement my body actually needed now, not what Instagram influencers said, but what science showed, everything shifted. You're not lazy for being tired of cardio. Your body might be trying to tell you something. What you're about to learn could save you years of wasted effort. Keep watching.
5 cardio lies are sabotaging your weight loss right now. And after 15 years studying sleep and metabolism, I can tell you that most of them are connected to something you've never considered: your sleep. I was a sleep technician for 15 years. I watched hundreds of women come into the clinic, exhausted, overweight, desperate for answers. Almost all of them were doing cardio. Lots of cardio. And almost all of them were wondering why it wasn't working. Then menopause took my own sleep away, and I experienced firsthand how exercise and sleep are more connected than most fitness professionals understand. Today, I'm exposing 5 cardio myths that keep menopausal women trapped in a cycle of exhaustion and weight gain. These myths don't just fail you during the day. They destroy your sleep at night. And when you lose your sleep, you lose the most powerful fat-burning window your body has. I need to warn you, what I'm about to share contradicts almost everything the fitness industry teaches. But as someone who spent 15 years watching what actually happens in the human body at night, I can tell you the research supports what I'm about to say. Let's start with what's really happening. When you hit menopause, your relationship with exercise fundamentally changes. Estrogen, which helped you recover from workouts, drops. Cortisol, which should fall at night to allow fat burning, often stays elevated. And the intense exercise you used to do to lose weight now triggers a stress response that makes everything worse. But here's what nobody tells you. The real damage happens at night. Your body does most of its fat burning while you sleep. During deep sleep, growth hormone surges, insulin drops, and your metabolism shifts into a fat-burning state. This is the night shift your body runs. And when intense exercise disrupts your sleep, you lose access to this critical window. I saw it in the sleep lab constantly. Women who exercised intensely had worse sleep architecture than women who moved gently. Their bodies were stuck in stress mode even at 3 in the morning, and their metabolisms reflected it. At 52, I became one of those women. Menopause hit, and suddenly I couldn't sleep. For 3 months, I averaged less than 3 hours a night. I gained 18 pounds in weeks. Not because I was eating more, but because my body couldn't access the fat-burning state that sleep provides. That experience changed everything I thought I knew about exercise and weight loss. The irony was devastating. I was a sleep specialist who couldn't sleep. I knew exactly what was happening in my brain and my body. I could see it on the monitors, in the data, in my own blood work. But knowing didn't help me fix it. What finally helped was understanding that my exercise habits I'd developed decades ago when I was young and resilient, were now working against me. My body had changed, and I needed to change with it. But here's what most women don't know. Even with the right information, most women face an obstacle that makes it nearly impossible to break through on their own. After menopause, your body develops what researchers call thermogenic resistance. Your fat cells become less responsive to the normal signals that tell them to release stored fat. This resistance is particularly strong at night, when your body should be burning fat during sleep. You can exercise correctly, you can sleep adequately, and still see minimal results because your body has changed the locks on those fat cells. That's exactly why many women in our community have started using a compound that works with the body's natural nighttime fat-burning processes. It contains Seville orange peel combined with ceremonial green tea and Himalayan ginger in proportions that activate thermogenesis without disrupting sleep. What makes it different from stimulant-based fat burners is that it doesn't rev you up. It supports the natural processes that should be happening at night. Many women take it before bed and report better sleep alongside their results. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment if you want to learn more about how it works. But regardless of what you choose, let me expose the 5 cardio myths that are destroying your metabolism and your sleep. Myth number 1. More cardio equals more weight loss. This is the foundation of fitness industry dogma. Burn more calories, lose more weight. If you're not losing, you're not burning enough. Add another session. Go longer. Push harder. But during menopause, more cardio often means less weight loss. Here's why. Every intense cardio session is a stress signal to your body. It releases cortisol, the stress hormone. In younger women with balanced hormones, this cortisol spike is temporary and manageable. But in menopausal women, cortisol often stays elevated for hours after exercise. And elevated cortisol does 2 devastating things. First, it promotes fat storage, especially around the belly. Second, and this is what nobody talks about, it disrupts sleep. Cortisol is supposed to fall as the day goes on, reaching its lowest point in the middle of the night. That's what allows your body to enter the deep sleep stages where fat burning happens. When intense exercise keeps cortisol elevated, you never fully enter those stages. I saw this in the sleep lab for 15 years. Women who did intense cardio in the evening had measurably worse deep sleep than women who walked gently. Their cortisol stayed elevated through the night. Their bodies never entered true recovery mode. A study in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that women over 50 who did more than 5 hours of moderate-intensity cardio per week had 20% less deep sleep than women who exercised gently. Less deep sleep means less fat burning at night. What works instead? Moderate, gentle cardio that doesn't spike cortisol. Walking is perfect. 20 to 30 minutes of relaxed walking, ideally in the morning or early afternoon, not close to bedtime. This type of movement improves sleep quality instead of destroying it. And better sleep means more time in fat-burning mode. When I switched from intense workouts to morning walks, my sleep improved within a week, and my weight started dropping for the first time in months. My colleagues thought I was crazy. A sleep specialist recommending less exercise? But I had seen too much data to ignore the connection. The women in our lab who slept well and moved gently were healthier than the women who exercised intensely and slept poorly. The science was clear, even if it contradicted everything the fitness industry promoted. Myth number 2. Cardio in the morning burns more fat. This myth is partially based on truth, which makes it dangerous. Yes, your body does preferentially burn fat during fasted morning exercise. But for menopausal women, this benefit is often outweighed by the stress it creates. Fasted morning cardio is a significant stress signal. Your body wakes up with naturally elevated cortisol, which is normal and healthy. Adding intense exercise on top of that cortisol spike, without food to buffer the stress response, can push your system into overdrive. For women with already disrupted sleep from menopause, this is particularly damaging. You're starting the day with accumulated sleep debt, adding stress with exercise, and setting yourself up for even worse sleep the following night. I used to do fasted morning runs. I thought I was being optimal, but I was actually creating a stress loop that kept my body in constant fight-or-flight mode. My sleep never recovered because my cortisol never fully dropped. What works instead? If you want to move in the morning, eat something first. Even a small amount of protein helps buffer the cortisol response. Better yet, save your main movement for after breakfast when your body is fueled and ready. And gentle movement. A morning walk in daylight is wonderful for setting your circadian rhythm and actually improving sleep that night. A fasted HIIT session does the opposite. The women in my community who've had the best results exercise gently after eating, usually mid-morning. Their cortisol stays manageable, their sleep stays deep, and their fat burning actually happens. Myth number 3. High-intensity interval training is the most efficient fat burner. HIIT has been marketed as the ultimate fat-burning workout. 20 minutes of HIIT equals an hour of steady cardio, they say. You'll burn fat for hours after the workout, they promise. And for some people, this is true. For menopausal women with disrupted sleep, it's a disaster. HIIT is designed to push your body to its limits. That's exactly what triggers the stress response. Your heart rate spikes. Cortisol floods your system. Adrenaline courses through your veins. For a 25-year-old with balanced hormones and solid sleep, the body recovers from this within hours. For a 55-year-old with disrupted estrogen and fragile sleep, the body may not fully recover for days. The afterburn effect, they promise. It's real, but it comes with a cost. Your body stays in a heightened state that makes deep sleep nearly impossible. You might burn a few extra calories, but you lose access to the hours of nighttime fat burning that matters more. I tried HIIT for 6 weeks after menopause hit. I was determined to exercise my way out of weight gain. Instead, my sleep got worse, my weight went up, and I felt more exhausted than ever. The intense intervals were keeping my nervous system in overdrive 24 hours a day. What works instead? Lower intensity, steady state movement that keeps your heart rate moderate. Walking, swimming, gentle cycling. Movement that you can do while having a conversation. This type of exercise actually supports sleep by releasing tension without triggering stress hormones. And the fat burning that happens during quality sleep far exceeds any afterburn effect from HIIT. Myth number 4. You need to sweat to burn fat. The sweat myth is so deeply ingrained that I understand why people believe it. Sweating feels like you're accomplishing something. It feels like fat is melting away. But sweat is temperature regulation, not fat loss. You can sweat profusely and burn minimal fat. You can burn significant fat without breaking a sweat. For menopausal women dealing with hot flashes and night sweats, exercises that make you sweat can actually worsen sleep quality. Your body's temperature regulation is already compromised. Adding heat-generating exercise can trigger hot flashes that continue into the night. I had patients in the sleep lab who would exercise intensely in the evening, trigger hot flashes, and then have disrupted sleep all night because their body temperature couldn't stabilize. Their thermostats were already broken from menopause. Intense exercise made it worse. What works instead? Cool, comfortable movement that doesn't overheat your body. Walking in air conditioning or outside during cool parts of the day. Swimming, which actually helps regulate body temperature. Gentle yoga in a cool room. Your goal isn't to sweat. It's to move your body in ways that support sleep and allow nighttime fat burning. Sometimes that means specifically avoiding activities that make you hot. When I stopped trying to sweat through my workouts and focused on comfortable movement, my hot flashes decreased and my sleep improved. My body needed less heat stress, not more. I remember the relief I felt the first week I stopped pushing for sweat. I walked in the early morning cool, swam in a temperature-controlled pool, did gentle stretching in my air-conditioned living room. And for the first time in months, I slept through the night without waking up drenched. The connection between exercise intensity and hot flashes was undeniable. Myth number 5. Cardio is better than rest for weight loss. This is perhaps the cruelest myth of all. When women aren't losing weight, they're told to exercise more. Rest feels lazy. Rest feels like giving up. Rest feels like the opposite of what you should be doing. But for menopausal women, rest is often exactly what the body needs. Your body burns fat during rest, particularly during deep sleep. Every hour of quality deep sleep is an hour of fat burning. Every hour of poor sleep is an hour of missed fat burning, plus elevated cortisol that promotes fat storage. When you sacrifice sleep for early morning workouts, you're trading high-quality fat burning for low-quality fat burning. You're replacing hours of metabolic repair with minutes of calorie burn. I've seen women who sleep 8 hours and barely exercise lose more weight than women who sleep 5 hours and exercise 2 hours daily. The math doesn't make sense until you understand that sleep is the primary fat-burning opportunity, not exercise. What works instead? Prioritizing sleep above exercise. If you have to choose between a 5 a.m. workout and an extra hour of sleep, choose sleep. If an evening workout interferes with your sleep quality, move it earlier or skip it entirely. Rest is not lazy. Rest is strategic. Rest is when your body does the work you're trying to force it to do during cardio. This was the hardest lesson for me to learn. I had always associated rest with weakness. Taking a day off felt like giving up. But when I started prioritizing sleep over exercise, something remarkable happened. My body finally had the resources to heal. My metabolism finally had the time to do its nighttime work. And the weight that had been stuck for years finally started to move. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing. Let me share what I've learned about women who successfully lose weight during menopause. They prioritize sleep above all else. They create conditions for quality rest. They understand that the nighttime hours matter more than daytime exercise. They move gently and consistently, walking daily, preferably in morning light to set their circadian rhythm. Strength training 2 to 3 times a week to maintain muscle. No intense cardio that spikes cortisol and destroys sleep. They protect their evenings. No vigorous exercise within 4 hours of bedtime. No screens. Cool bedrooms. Consistent sleep schedules. They treat sleep like the metabolic priority it is. They support their bodies with compounds that work with nighttime processes. Many use targeted formulas that activate thermogenesis without stimulants, allowing fat burning during sleep without disruption. They stop measuring success by sweat. They measure success by sleep quality, energy levels, and how their clothes fit. They understand that scale weight fluctuates, but body composition changes with proper rest. Now, I've shared a lot today. If you've been taking notes, you have a completely different understanding of how exercise and sleep connect to weight loss. But I want to be honest with you. Even with the right approaches, many women find that years of sleep disruption have created stubborn metabolic resistance. The thermogenic locks I mentioned earlier can be particularly difficult to break through when sleep has been compromised for years. That's why I mentioned earlier that compound that supports nighttime fat burning without disrupting sleep. It's designed specifically to work with your body's natural rest processes. Many women in our community take it before bed and find that it supports both sleep quality and their results. If you're curious, I'll leave a link in the pinned comment. It's not necessary for everyone, but for those whose sleep and metabolism have been struggling together, it's worth exploring. Let me summarize the truth that replaces these myths. Myth 1. More cardio equals more weight loss. Truth is, excessive cardio elevates cortisol and destroys the sleep where real fat burning happens. Myth 2. Fasted morning cardio burns more fat. Truth is, fasted intense exercise often increases stress and worsens sleep over time. Myth 3. HIIT is the most efficient fat burner. Truth is, HIIT keeps your nervous system activated in ways that prevent quality sleep. Myth 4. You need to sweat to burn fat. Truth is, sweat is temperature regulation, and overheating can trigger hot flashes that disrupt sleep. Myth 5. Cardio is better than rest. Truth is, sleep is when most fat burning actually happens. Sacrificing sleep for exercise is counterproductive. You've been working so hard, waking up early, pushing through exhaustion, sweating through workouts, and your body has been begging for rest. Today, you have permission to do less cardio and sleep more, to prioritize rest over exercise, to understand that the night shift your body runs is more powerful than any workout. Take one thing from today and implement it this week. Maybe it's skipping that early morning workout in favor of sleep. Maybe it's replacing HIIT with a gentle walk. Maybe it's finally understanding that rest is not the enemy. Whatever resonates most, start there. And if this video shifted something in how you see the connection between exercise and sleep, leave a comment below. Tell me which myth surprised you most. I read every single comment, and I love connecting with women on this journey. In my next video, I'll show you specifically how to optimize your sleep environment for maximum nighttime fat burning. There's science here that most people have never heard of, and it could change everything for you. Until then, remember, your body burns fat while you sleep. Your only job is to let it. Trust the process. Trust the night. Sweet dreams. Rest well. And I'll see you in the next one, refreshed and ready for what comes next.